So I'm here with.
Ginger Lambert. Hi, everybody.
Nice to meet you, Ginger.
Nice to meet you too.
How old are you?
I'm 30. I was born in 1985, so I think I'm 38 or 37, something like that.
And where are you from originally?
I was born in Edmonton, Alberta, at the Royal Alex Hospital.
So how was your childhood here in Edmonton?
Um, my teenage years were good, but my childhood was pretty rough. I seen a lot of things that kids shouldn't see at such a young age, and survived almost every abuse possible.
I'm sorry to hear that.
And I continue to keep on surviving this shit.
How was your high school days?
I got taken. I went into a foster home when I was 11. And they separated me and my little brother, who's 10 years younger than me. That was heartbreaking. But I was blessed with a family that loved me unconditionally, no matter how hard I tried to push them away, because I was rebelling because they separated me and my little brother. And I started getting into things that I shouldn't have been getting into at such a young age, but they loved me unconditionally and until I was 18. But then when 18 happened, I was they bought me stuff to start my own home and stuff, which I wasn't ready for. But I was working full time, and I used to work full time. I'm a really good painter. I painted 5 years professionally, residentially and commercially. But I haven't painted for years now, except to help friends and family. And the last, my son was born. I moved to the States for 3 years, and then I came back to Canada with my son, and he was here with me. I graduated a NAEP course, and then his dad said that I kidnapped him from the States, which was untrue, and legal aid they let me down. I had to stand in front of a judge and my ex-husband's lawyer by myself, which isn't even legal. You have to have proper representation. And the last that I heard from legal aid, they're trying to wipe their hands clean from it, saying they had no connection at all. That they didn't represent me through that, which they didn't. They did, but it was a shady lawyer that let me down. And I have no doubt in my heart that my son would be with me if I was given a fair chance. I got in the year that I was back by myself. I had my own place. I had him in an exceptional day home. It's called a child's development. They're 5-star. They were they had such a good connection with my son. He was so young, and I was going to NAET, and I graduated a general industrial pre-trade program on my own as a single mom. But then my son went back to the States, and that devastated me, and I started struggling with my addictions, and they got the best of me, and I was on the streets. And then it's kind of been a shit show since my son left, because that destroyed me.
Whereabouts in the States did you move to?
I lived in Phoenix. I lived in Arizona for 2 years and New Jersey for 1 year.
And how was that?
The West Coast, I loved the West Coast, but the East Coast I didn't like. It was a lot of people, and like you see Jersey Shore, and like you see all their attitudes, and it's like that everywhere. They're like, it's overcrowded, it's dirty, like they just put their garbage on their front, like stoop. It stinks, like it's dirty, and it's overcrowded. Like people don't even have back alleys there, and like all over the states. But the whole time I was homesick, and I couldn't come back because I was going through the process of becoming a U.S. of getting dual citizenship. But I'm glad I'm back here. I wish my son was with me because our government somewhat cares about us more than they're like if you don't have health insurance, you don't see a doctor unless you pay out of pocket, and the same goes for medications.
And how much does that generally cost?
They charge through the roof. For my son to be born, I looked at all the bills, but we had health insurance, so we didn't have to pay for anything. That's why we moved cross country, and it was during the recession, because we were living in Tucson, Arizona, and then we moved to Bloomfield, New Jersey, because he was offered a really good job with really good benefits. But that's the only reason we moved there, was because of the benefits. And they were taking $450 off of his check for his married wife pregnant. Yeah. And then I seen what the costs were, because they sent us the invoices. It was over $80,000 for my son to be born. Yeah. And my son was born in 2009, so this was like December 24th, 2009, so just right before 2010. But like they make their whole health industry is like, it's wrong. It's not fair to people. Like,
Wow.
their government doesn't really care about them. They're like, everybody's just a number over there.
How's the homelessness over there?
I didn't see that much of it, because they have it like hidden. Like they have like the rich suburbs, and like you only go to the hood if you want like to do dirt, and we stayed out of it. Like I didn't even like see it. Like when we lived in Phoenix for a year, and we lived in Mesa. That's like the richest part of Phoenix. I like never seen like the ghettos or like in Phoenix. I seen like some stragglers, but like I didn't see like the ghettos. In New York, and New Jersey I did. And like they're just, I know that the numbers are going up here because I see it and I'm living it. And like this year is a lot worse. It seems a lot harder than last year. Last summer, like twice a day, there were women going by with wagons with food and anything that you needed. Like this year, like I'm probably like 40 pounds lighter than I usually am. And like Edmonton is getting dangerous. Like I don't want to talk about the details, but like it's dangerous out here. Very dangerous. Like I don't know how many bullets I've dodged, like theoretically speaking, but like it's dangerous. And over stupid stuff, like just like simple belongings. Like I could have gotten stabbed up the other night for my tent. Like it's scary. And being a native Aboriginal woman, I'm a target. Like I'm sure you hear the statistics, right? And I went for help at the Royal Alex, and the peace officers there treated me like trash. They treated me like they didn't hear me out. They where I was fleeing from, they took all of my belongings and threw it off of the Royal Alex property onto the direction that I was fleeing from, where there was dangerous people like that were going to hurt me, and I have no doubt in my mind that I was gonna get chopped up that night. It's more complicated than that. Just the tent and whatever, but like I'm not a bad person. I don't do people wrong. I don't rob people. Like I just like I help people as much as I can. And Edmonton is. I lost my mom August 21st last summer, and like this has been the worst year and a half of my life.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Like I'm surprised that I'm like standing here like alive, like saying that now. There needs to be more resources. There needs to be more protection for a woman because it's dangerous. And I lost my place. I got evicted, and there's like no resources here. Nobody would help me. I was in an abusive relationship. It was his fault. He was stealing my rent money. And I don't know. I just like I'm trying to change my way of thinking and be positive, and I don't know. I'm doing the best that I can right now, and I'm alive and I'm breathing, and I'm grateful for that. And I'm trying to stay clean, and I'm doing a good job of it on my own.
What are substances that you've struggled with?
I'd rather not say.
And what are some of the craziest things that you've seen being homeless?
I'd rather not say.
And what do you think can be done to help homeless people in Edmonton?
There needs to be resources. Like I was living in a harm reduction place, like 4 or 5 months ago, and the lady that was running that place, she didn't know what she was doing. I got caught using inside, and I was paying rent, and I was paying $620 a month. They third partied it from my, and I'm on medical because I'm on the opioid dependency program. But they caught me using inside. They kicked me out for 24 hours when it was in early December, when it was like minus 50, minus 60. I got frostbite on my toes and on the back of my ears. I was hungry. I was dirty. I was like, when I say cold, like now, like I can't even, I feel like a little cold, and I can't stand it. Like I never want to be cold like that again. And that was inhumane. Like people don't even do that to like animals, like their pets. Like, and I called the landlord tenancy place. They told me to call the Edmonton Legal Center, but I think it's because I already gave them a heads up, so they were expecting that call. But something has to be done about it because that was so inhumane. I hate nosy people.
Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.